Welcome to episode 4 of the Yip Strickler Experience. And this episode is going to be a little different than the others because I'm not bringing on any guests. This is a solo Yip episode. I don't care what the people think. There's a few things I need to get off my chest, a few things I need to say to the thousands and thousands of Yipomaniacs that are out there. It's incredible how many of you that are out there. Thank you so much for supporting my fight to save the game of NetGolf. Now, we all know this Golf Digest issue that was oh gosh, it feels like so long ago now. The October-November issue, yes, with Mr. Jon Rahm on the cover. I might add, if you didn't see the little Gravy and Sleaze show with Jon Rahm, it was a really good podcast the other day. Couldn't believe that at the Ryder Cup, you guys are talking shit about his wife, and you include his wife and kids in your shit talking? That's a little much, guys. That's a little much. Okay. I would refrain, especially John. I mean, what if he crosses the ropes and gets his hands on you? I mean, he's a big dude. I would tread lightly with, Spaniards with tempers. Have you seen how mad he gets when he hits a bad golf shot? Can you imagine how mad he's going to be when you actually talk about his wife and kids? Are you guys that stupid? Wake up. Okay. Now, I heard you were calling him fat a lot. Go ahead. Call him fat. That's, that's funny. I think he thinks it's funny. Go ahead. The fat stuff, whatever. But come on, we can't be talking about wife and kids at the Ryder, especially for Spaniards with tempers. Okay? Be smart about it. Anyways, I do want to thank Mr. Jon Rahm. Obviously, he did not sign this one. You can't see it. However, I received a signed copy of the issue that I'm in. Everybody knows I'm on page 18. I mean, do I ever get sick of talking about this? I don't. I think I'll be talking about this probably forever. I will have grandkids one day. They'll be like, "Oh, did you know that great grandpa Yip, he got so drunk and high one night and he started making videos about sandbagging rats, and it took off, and next thing you know, he's in a friggin' magazine and Jon Rahm's on the cover." That's what my great grandkids are going to talk about, and I can't wait. Anyways, I received a signed copy. I don't have it with me because I went to Michael's. Yes, the store Michael's to frame we're going to put Jon Rahm at the top, right? John's going to be here. He signed it right here. He's got a beautiful signature too. Okay, right here. Voop, voop, voop. He signed it. And then below is going to be my article, right? Right. It's page 18 if I haven't said it enough for you guys to know. And then below is going to be this right here. And then obviously I'm going to sign. I signed Yip Strickler here, right? So it's a one of one thing. I mean, technically, I guess it could be a one of two, because obviously when I sent a copy of the Golf Digest out to Mr. Rahm to sign, I included an extra copy with one where I signed my part to give to him. I equated it to NFL superstars exchanging jerseys at the end of the game, right? And he's, the quarterback and I'm the water boy, but it doesn't matter. We still, I was doing my due diligence to make sure he knew, like, hey, we're kind of the same now. John understands, like, him and I we're kind of the same. Anyways, thank you, John. I appreciate you. And you know what? If 2 Ryder Cups from now, when it's back in the States, I will hide in the stand. I will hide in the crowd. And if anybody talks about your wife or kids, I will cut them. I will cut them off I'm not going to stab them like that. No, I'll kick out their, kneecap from behind them, and I'll place them in a chokehold. I will get kicked out of the Ryder Cup because I appreciate you signing the cover for me so I can have a potential one of two. Would that be funny if Jon Rahm was like, "Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I got to go to Michael's because I'm going to frame this Golf Digest with Yip Strickler signed it. You know, it's kind of a big deal. It's a one of two thing. There's only two in the world. I wonder. I wonder when if John Rahm went to Michael's to do this. I wonder if the lady behind the counter is like 70 years old and has been smoking cigarettes for 50 years. I feel like part of the prerequisite of getting a job in the Michael's framing department is you have to smoke cigarettes for a long time. Probably a nice looking woman back in the day. You know what I mean? Probably a pretty good looking woman too. Oh, anyways, and I would also like to thank Mr. Colt Nost for making this deal. He was the middleman that got this done. Okay, and if for some reason this new promotion, that Colt got, where a little promotion for, doing the old PGA Tour stuff, I think he's officially off the course. He doesn't have to walk anymore, which would be great. Won't have to hear him huffing and puffing in between words anymore. That'll be great. But I will say this, if this new gig doesn't work out for Mr. Colt Nost, he definitely has a future in the courier business because he exchanged the documents, he got it all done. After I saw that, John Rahm showed up on the podcast, it made more sense. Maybe he wasn't so proactive. John Rahm kind of came to him, but he still did it. I think he'd be a phenomenal courier. Anyways, I know that I have been a little off the grid, right? Look, it's been tough. I'm going through a little mental health battle, an absolute battle right now. Ever since I dedicated my life to protecting the game of net golf, I mean, that's kind of the only thing that brings joy to me is calling out sandbagging rats on a weekly basis. Sometimes, mix in a little article here and there. But, over the holidays, the lack of members and member guests and random net golf tournaments at all these wonderful organizations throughout the country. I mean, it was tough. It was tough. I just felt like I didn't have a purpose. No purpose whatsoever. It's the holidays. I should be bubbly. But I just haven't been myself. And I do hope that there's a little tournament taking place this weekend, the Monterey Invitational in beautiful Monterey Bay, California, I'm assuming, something like that. We got the Pebble Beach, we got the Spyglass. If it's like last year's, it's a 3-day event. They do typically play the ball up, which, I mean, it makes my job a lot easier because the scores are going to be even lower. They're going to look like bigger sandbagging rats than they actually are, which is great. And it's a thing I'd like to discuss. Playing the ball up is not an excuse to not post. Okay. You're still required to post your score. Look it up. If you're playing it up all the time, that's on you. I don't know why you're playing it up all the time. I mean, I can even think back to my first big case that broke, a Barstool case. These guys from Iowa, they were just, oh, well, we play the ball up. We play winter rules when it's, a perfect day in June. For some reason, they play it up. It doesn't matter. You play it up. You post the score. Don't play it up. I don't know what else to tell you. Just don't play it up like that. It is the USGA has a little thing that says if you continuously play it up, your handicap index could be lower than it needs to be because you're fluffing everything. Just don't play it up. Gosh, anyways, I'm very excited about a net golf tournament taking place this weekend. I really hope someone sends me the Golf Genius ID. I wonder how long it's going to take. I mean, I would say typically it's after the first round, but now where we're at in life, I would assume that like these net tournaments happen and people are just like, hey, yep, I'm playing out here. Boom, here's the GGID. It's not that hard. You just boop, send me a little DM. I get on there, I watch, I protect the field, do what I was put on this planet to do. Okay. And I know that might seem like, I don't know, self-righteous. I don't know what that sounds like, but sometimes you just know, you finally get your calling. It's like a priest, like when he gets his it's the same thing. I I believe I just got the call to do this and that I need to dedicate the rest of my life to protecting the game of net golf, as silly as it sounds. I tried telling this to like, a normal person on a flight. They don't understand. They said, what do you do? They don't golf. They don't understand. They don't understand the demand that's out there to protect the game of net golf. They don't understand. And plus, most people don't understand that I have zero competition. So it's literally all on my shoulders, right? There's nobody else out there doing this. And I mean, it's going to be pretty embarrassing. The first guy that tries to be the next Yip Strickler, can you imagine the beatdown he's going to get on the internet? Oh my gosh, that vodka seltzer tastes delicious. Speaking of delicious, this actually has nothing to do with delicious. This fake independent journalism career that I've started, it's starting to get, I don't know, kind of real. You know what I mean? Having a lot of conversations with different golf brands, a lot of companies, a lot of not golf brands, a lot of just crazy stuff that you wouldn't think of that, they want to get up on the Yip train. Okay. And it's just, it's tough for me to try to put a number on, this is what they want to know. Oh, well, how much is it going to be what's your value? What's this? I don't friggin' know. What's my value? I mean, I'd love to just say like, if you wanna be in every single Yip Strickler video the rest of the year, $1 million. And then I get like, 15 brands, 15 million it's easy money, you know what I mean? Then I realized that, yeah, the market's really not there for that. So I need to figure out like, yeah, I don't want to I don't want to short myself. Is there anyone out there? Is there like and that's the other thing, oh, you should get an agent. Fuck that. I get no fucking agent. What fake independent journalist has an agent? Okay. They're not going to know how to. I mean, I personally think that like my rate should be, 10x of an influencer. You know what I mean? I'm a fake independent journalist, not an influencer. It's kind of different. The amount of time and effort I put into all this, and my ability to sell stuff it's going to be way bigger than any influencer could ever dream of. So it's just, man, I'm having a tough time figuring out what is someone willing, what's someone willing to pay? Because like if I hop in bed with you, hypothetically speaking, if I hop in bed with you, this whatever company you are, we're gonna fuck. We're going to the moon. I don't care what it is that your product is, we're gonna sell it hard. Okay. That was also when I was saying that was hypothetically speaking too, just in case some of these companies don't understand, in case I'm dealing with some big time nerds that aren't catching my drift here. We're going to fuck.